This is the wall of examples, what's available for the glazing process. Each one of these glazes is applied to 3 different clay bodies: a white clay body, a buff clay body, and a red clay body. And you can see the glaze behaves differently on each clay body. Down here at the bottom are the slips. The tile is coated in the turquoise slip. On the left-hand side is clear over the slip. The middle is unglazed, so that is the bare slip color. And then the right-hand side is celadon over the... We got our bisqueware. Nice ring to it, indicating it has been bisque fired. If the bisqueware has been sitting out in the back on the bisque shelves for a while, it's a good idea to take just a damp sponge and lightly brush off the dust. Not a lot of water. We don't want to saturate the bisqueware. We want it to be nice and dry. We'll wax the bottom of it, preventing the glaze from sticking to the bottom of the pot, and then we'll pick out a color and glaze it. So wax should be done on the wax boards so as not to get onto the canvas. Like that. I only really have to apply wax to the lowest point, whatever's going to be touching this shelf. It's a good idea to get rid of these beads. They could potentially run or mix with the glaze after the glazing. Alright, so our bowl is now waxed on the foot, and we can pick out our colors. When you look at the colors, the types of glazes, some of the glazes have a reddish orange dot, and some of them have green dots on the lid. These, the reddish orange dots indicate that application is a little more tricky, a little more sensitive, and the green dots are forgiving with application. We'll do the teal green. Each bucket has its own mixing stick in it, and if you can see in the video, there'll be standing water on the top. The glaze material is heavy, does sink to the bottom, and it needs to be mixed up quite thoroughly. The mixing of the glaze is, or lack thereof, is usually what causes poor results. So spending a lot of time mixing the glaze, making sure that the heavy sediments there on the bottom are brought up to the surface, and if you see any clumps on the stir stick, then you should continue mixing. Alright. We can set that stick onto the lid over there and grab our pot. Glazing tongs are available, or you can use your hands. Right. I will glaze the whole pot in this teal. This. Holding the piece nice and even until the bisque sucks away the water from the glaze. You see maybe it's already changing color. Dry to the touch. Like that. Notice I didn't spend too long in the glaze bucket. Got a nice even coating. These sort of dribbles on the lip will even out during the firing. Not to be concerned about that. Then I can take like this, right? My hand in the rinse bucket. And I will go ahead and use a sponge to clean up the foot. If we want to, we can do a secondary color, an accent color, often good to have around the rim. Same procedure, making sure the glaze is thoroughly mixed. Can't stress it enough, this is where most of the bad glazing comes in. The heavier items are on the bottom, and people don't take the time to thoroughly mix up the glaze. A lot of turbulence. When doing a secondary coat, it's advisable that you don't glaze past the 2/3 mark. So when the glaze is fired, it'll be able to run down if needed. There we go. Just like that. And there you go.